I'm not going to speak on it right now, but I'm doing some research, and I believe Citadel is doing a much different approach than Melvin Capital as far as to try and get control of the stock. But I'm going to do some more research before I speak on that. But I'm pretty confident that we're dealing with a different response here. Welcome back, YouTube. Today I'm going to be discussing the AMC stock and some of the sell-offs that's been reported by the executives and what I think is happening with the stock right now. In my last video, I talked about the short attack and how I believe fundamentally nothing has changed with AMC, and I still stand by that now. There's been no bad news. There's been no reason for the stock to go through the floor or massive sell-offs. Even the trading volume has been relatively consistent, sometimes between 20 and 30 million. And overall, the stock is still up around 400% for the year. I'm going to try to put a chart in the video. If not, I'll put it in the description of AMC over the last week. And the stock is pretty much going sideways. So I still believe this is market manipulation at best. I still stand by my comment saying that even if a short squeeze didn't happen, I believe that we're going to have nothing but positive news for AMC for the remainder of the year. I think that the rate at which people go out to see movies will be used as a measuring stick of post-pandemic to get the new box office numbers for the new movies, to see how they measure up, who's going to have the biggest weekend. I think that AMC is going to get a lot of free press, and I think that's going to be transferred into the stock value as well. So which is one of the reasons why I still think AMC is a buy right now. So now I'm going to read off some of the numbers of the people and the executives, their positions, and how much stock they sold and the dollar amount, and then I'll get into why I believe they sold. All right, so we have Steven Colanero, which is the executive VP. He sold 100,000 shares for 1.1 million. Kevin Connor, senior VP, 72,000 shares, roughly 982,000. Elizabeth Frank, executive VP, 40,000 shares for roughly $542,000. Chris Cox, senior VP, 29,000 shares, roughly $373,800. And Silver Lake, which is the private equity firm, they liquidated their entire holding in AMC for around $713 million. Now, the reason I think that there could be a number of reasons for selling off. It could be simply for insider trading, something is going to happen pre a crash, or you want to get out beforehand, or because it can also get potentially messy if you have existing stock or if you increase the amount of stock you have before a sharp rise. And I did a coverage on this for Kodak last year. Before the announcement that they would be working on the vaccine, and a lot of the VPs, etc., started upping their shares, and then right after the announcement, they liquidated it because the stock went up, and it caused a big uproar. This could be a reason for them to get out to just simply avoid that kind of backlash. But I believe that the stock had been down for so long, and it was down roughly around $1, $2 for most of last year. This is an opportunity for them to cash out on some of the investments so they didn't have to risk it going back down. I don't believe it's any indicator of whether or not a short squeeze is coming or the stock's going to crash. I simply believe that if you had $1.1 million worth of stock and it was cut down to 100,000 and it went back up to around the $1 million mark, you'd be like, hey, let me get some of this now. So that's pretty much what I think this is. I was right about the short attacks happening, and I think it's very interesting that AMC pretty much for the last 5 days has been literally going sideways. I'm going to put that graph in there for you guys, but I want to have a discussion about that, and you guys can tell me what you think in the comments or in the community section. I'll post a graph there as well, and I really just want to talk about the outlying pressures that we're seeing and keeping the stock going sideways. I'm not going to speak on it right now, but I'm doing some research, and I believe Citadel is doing a much different approach than Melvin Capital as far as to try and get control of the stock. But I'm going to do some more research before I speak on that. But I'm pretty confident that we're dealing with a different response here. That's all I have. I wanted to just give you an update as far as what I thought about the sell-offs of the executives. I believe this changes absolutely nothing, and I will still believe that AMC, there's a lot of room to grow with AMC. Before you go, I'm doing a push to get to 5,000 subscribers by July. So it would mean a lot, and it also help the channel grow if you can hit the subscribe button, share, and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're hovering around 1,300 now, so it's definitely doable, and I appreciate each and every one of you for your continued support. Thank you, and until next time.